Welcome back everyone, and it's time to go balls deep. And you guys know what I'm going to say about this chapter, right? Those of you that follow my videos and you've been watching them on a weekly basis, you're probably thinking when you read that chapter, oh my god, anime balls deep was correct again. Now obviously I don't want to sound like I'm blowing my own horn, I don't want to sound arrogant, I don't want to sound like this egotistical guy, because that's honestly not my personality and I don't like doing that. But it turns out that I did end up being correct about Mimosa and what Asta was intending to do with the elves and what Tabata wanted to do and how we wanted to do it. So some of you, you're probably thinking, how am I predicting all of these correct all the time? So basically, I hotline blinked Tabata, right? I phoned him up, and Tabata said, you know what, you've been doing a great job with your Black Clover videos. I love that you're promoting it. I love that you're increasing the sales. So I was like, no problem, man. I support Black Clover. I'll help you whenever you want. So Tabata was like, I'm going to tell you what happens in the next 15 chapters. But I only want you to give hints in a few of your videos. I don't want you to explain everything explicitly to your fans. And I was like, no problem, no problem. You're my mate. I'm going to do what you say. Blah, blah, blah. By the way, everything I just said, I was talking shit and I was chatting out my ass. So if any of you just believe the last 40 seconds of conversation, I love you, man. Thank you for giving me that respect. If you actually think I can talk to the creator of Black Clover and ask him about what's going on. That's my goal with this channel. One day I do hope to interview Tabata, Kishimoto and all these creators of manga. Hopefully when we hit 1 million subscribers. This chapter I give a solid 10 out of 10. I love Asta's character development. I love the message of the show. And let me discuss it. Let's cue the intro. So the first thing we need to talk about is the cover page of the chapter, because it's getting quite questionable on why Sister Lily is always involved in them even though she's not currently relevant. Sister Lily has also been on the cover page for volume 17, in which she stands behind the real Licht. Now in this cover page today, she is again in the background with the real Licht and Rhya, whilst Asta and Yuno and Patri read together. Now by default, this can be seen as foreshadowing, and it's automatically creating some sort of link between Sister Lily with the current story and the real Licht himself, because other manga have done this like Hunter x Hunter, Naruto and even Berserk. Tabata has taken a lot of inspiration for Berserk. Tabata does a lot of foreshadowing himself, and in my opinion Tabata must have something up his sleeve regarding Sister Lily, because there are a few things we can point out. Now firstly, why did Sister Lily specifically go to Hage Village out of all the orphanages in the Clover Kingdom? That's a big question. Could it be a coincidence, or could it be because she was the one that left Asta and Yuno at the orphanage as babies, and Sister Lily came back to them once they were older to look after them and make sure they go on the right path as intended? Sister Lily came to the church once Asta and Yuno were 7 years old. Did she do this because she did not want them to know their past? Is it for their own protection and for her protection? Maybe she didn't want people to know the truth about the whole plan. Secondly, who named Asta and Yuno? When they were left at the church, they already had their names with expensive clothing already on. What if Sister Lily is the one that named them and gave them those clothes? In addition to this, there are hints that she may be a descendant of royalty or someone special, and we might be getting a plot twist in the future, because when Sister Lily faced the elf, she was commended for her magic power and she has a fair amount of mana for a nun, right? Also, it is not far-fetched to assume Sister Lily could be the one that left them at the church, because right now she's 26 years old. So that would mean she was 11 at the time Asta was a baby. If Sister Lily was the one that looked after them as babies and put them at the church, it can be foreshadowing and makes sense as to why maybe Asta has an obsession with Sister Lily and he's in love the first time he saw her, because there's some sort of maternal instincts and Asta has a connection with her from beforehand, So we all agreed as a Black Clover cover community that there has to be someone or something with a plan that caused Asta and Yuno to be together as kids at that specific church that resides within the original elves where they lived 500 years ago. So at this point, with all of this foreshadowing and Sister Lily being on the cover pages with the real Licht, it's a fair assumption that Sister Lily is linked with the plan one way or another, or maybe we're looking too deep into this, maybe we're going a bit too balls deep, but we know for a fact that Yuno is the real Licht's child reincarnated, but we do not know Asta's origins. So once that piece of information is revealed about Asta, we can start connecting even more dots on what the hell is actually going on. But everything I just said is a theory and it might not be true. I'm just venting on a loose thought that you guys might want to know. Going back to Black Clover chapter 200, as I stated before many times as I analysed the previous chapters, I really could foresee where Tabata is intending to take this arc and what message he will portray with his characters. So let me rewind everything for you on what I literally said 1 month ago, word for word, so we can all catch up and be on the same page of it. Now, the elves that have been reincarnated by Licht, they came back inside nobles and people with high mana, because the noble ancestors are the one who did the massacre and they stole the mana and elf powers, so they are the closest people to the elves' original state. This is why they came to take them over. So the demon possessed Lon, who is an elf, and betrayed Licht on his wedding day through him. Imagine a demon isn't an elf. That's why he has dark magic, it seems, and also has 2 forms of magic, elf and demon. He will be overpowered as hell. So it's a good thing Patolli, Rhya and Yuno are there to witness this and fight him. Asta will join up with them in battle and a lot of truths will be revealed. And that's just what's happened. If all 4 of these guys team up right, it can show Patolli that humans and elves can work together to defeat the greater common enemy, and it will portray the message that Licht and the first Wizard King was saying, and also what Asta believes in his ideology, that humans and elves can work together to defeat people, right? Blah 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 blah. On top of that, Mimosa with her healing magic can help Rhya to stay alive, and a form of understanding can take place. This will make Patolli realize that he was wrong about humans, and things are more complicated than it seems, since the truth has been revealed that a demon caused Licht and his tribe to die. Now, I myself, I don't have the answers. I don't know everything. I still have hundreds of questions I can't answer myself. But as I described already, Mimosa does end up healing Rhya in this chapter, but the manga foreshadowed the fact that she is like Tetia, the real Licht's wife and the mother of Yuno. They both literally look the same, just like how Nozel looks exactly like her mother. So this must mean Mimosa is a descendant of Tetia. Now, I don't think she is Tetia reincarnated, or if she is, you know, that's just gonna blow my goddamn mind. Mimosa and the manga haven't stated anything or foreshadowed the idea that Tetia is reincarnated inside her, so I say it's best to believe Mimosa is the descendant of Tetia, therefore she has inherently a good heart and magic is derived from her, and she also fell in love with someone that is just like Licht. As I stated before all the time, Asta and Licht and the first Wizard King, they share the same ideology, so it makes sense that Mimosa fell with someone like Asta, blah 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 blah. Overall, Asta and Yuno explain to Nozel that Captain Vengeance still resides in Patolli and they want to bring him back so they cannot damage or kill him. So this 100% means if this will happen, Patolli will have the redemption arc that I wanted beforehand, because I like Patolli. I never hated him and understood his character. I feel really sorry for him. So Patolli will have to sacrifice himself and die if they want to bring William Vengeance back. So we can say Patolli has been death flagged for the future arc, and we shouldn't be surprised if he does die. Moving on, Asta uses the power of Ninshu. Oh wait, that's Naruto. I mean Asta uses anti-magic sword and learns of Patolli's feelings and memories. This helps Asta learn that he killed the first Wizard King and his perspective of the events. So obviously a lot of people are going to say this is a lot like Naruto and how Naruto had to battle his evil self or other things such as talk no jutsu. Maybe in the future I can do a video talking about the differences between Asta and Naruto. Type Yami is a sexy beast, no homo, in the comment section if you want that video. We learned that William Vengeance is alive and Patolli is stuck in his thoughts about what he has done and is questioning everything. His mind is literally broken, and it's illustrated so fantastically. Like Tabata is a really great artist, and I mean, how can you not feel sorry for this dude? You must be goddamn heartless. Now, one difference between Asta and Naruto is that Asta is pragmatic, right? Naruto isn't pragmatic. Naruto is a very forgiving person, right? He isn't angry or in people's faces. He always tries to see the good side in people, and he doesn't want to kill them. Asta is the opposite. He is more of a realist and says to Patolli that he would never forgive him for what he has done, just like Patolli cannot forgive humans. It's an eye for an eye, right? So this doesn't mean Asta doesn't understand Patolli's feelings and him being all over the place. In fact, it's just that Asta does understand his feelings because he also loved the Magic Emperor, and on top of that, he said so himself that they both are small kindred spirits. So he related with Patolli, but he won't forgive him because that just isn't realistic to him and his character. Naruto isn't like that. Naruto is a person that can forgive people just like he did Pain. Asta states because of what Patolli has done, such as, just killing a few people and causing a war, he doesn't have the right to give up. He needs to basically atone for his sins. So this makes Asta even more pissed, and he saves him just because of his ideology with Licht, because Asta remembers what he said and he sticks to his word. Asta wants no racism and prejudice. He wants the races to work together, which, in this case, yeah, it is like Naruto, but this is what makes Asta really relatable to me. He is a very well written, simple character. In the end, they team up to kill the real enemy, which is the demon himself that betrayed him from the very beginning. They can't fix the past, but they can fix the future together. That is what Asta said to Patolli and what he meant. So Patolli remembers the first Wizard King, and he says, "This guy is?" Now, does Patolli realize that Asta is the first Wizard King, or does he mean that Asta is a descendant of the first Wizard King, just like Mimosa is of Tetia? We just don't know yet. What did he mean? Does he just mean, wow, this guy shares the same ideology as the first Wizard King, and he's reminding him of that? We just don't know. We can't come to any interpretation yet, but I will not be surprised if it's the case, since Asta has half a crown, and Yuno also has half a crown. They both have wings, and if they join together, it creates full wings and full crowns, so there must be some sort of link between everything, right? Anyways, the magic talk no jutsu works at the end. Patolli transformed back to his original form with dark elf powers, it seems, and they will team up with humans and they will go face the devil, and it's going to be absolutely insane. You are missing out if you do not read the manga. Guys, please read the manga, support it, make sure to smash that like button, follow me on Twitter or Instagram, and join me next time.